Her vision for Yoda, had the Acolyte been renewed for season 2?
I already don't like this.
She's
I'm
literally
going
going
to
to bend
let
over
Rome
that
do
poor little and do horrible things to him. It's going to be bad.
So she's gonna do like what? More cover-ups for murder, more cover-ups for for shit.
exactly.
Jedi
that.
bad,
Yoda is a
Sith
fucking
good.
bad guy.
There you go.
Sith good because gay.
Sith good because they let you fuck yourself or some stupid shit. Yeah, it's gonna be just the same autistic chiz that they have fucking everywhere. Like, there's gonna be no plot. There's gonna be nothing to it except here's my agenda that I'm gonna push.
Letting socialism alive was a mistake.
It's
handle
worse
this
than that.
one because I've seen this. I'm gonna go off at the end of this. I will go off at the end of this. So Roman
I love
and
how you guys
Corey
just bring up Star Wars
and the
just
rest
to
of
piss
you,
me off.
you guys handle it. Roman, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna read the article. I'm gonna read it, and then I say that we get the panel's reaction, but I'm not looking at the screen. So if anyone wants me to stop, then just say stop. According to the Hollow Files, the Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland recently shared in an interview with the George Lucas talk show what her plans would have been had the show been renewed for a second season. The divisive Disney Plus Star Wars series was canceled nearly 2 years ago, and yet Headland's comments sparked renewed debate over the direction of the beloved franchise and the depiction of Yoda in particular.
Look at him trying to grab a
in the
tit.
show's
What a
final
pervert
moments. In the show's final moments, Vernestra Rowe visited the Jedi Master after deciding to frame Soul for
fucking Vernestra Rowe.
Lumire's crimes.
Fuck out of here.
Headland was asked whether Yoda would have assisted with the cover-up. For sure, yeah. She replied, "Don't come at me in the comments because he does it in Clone Wars, so I don't want to hear
No!
it." The idea that Yoda arguably the most.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We can get to that after this, but
sorry.
You're fine, man. The idea that Yoda, arguably the moral center of the Star Wars universe, might be complicit in a crime represents a notable shift in the character's mythology. Headland tied her argument to established Star Wars canon. In the Clone Wars... Wait. Oh. Okay. Headland tied her argument to establish Star Wars canon. In the Clone Wars, Yoda and the Jedi Council choose to keep key details of corruption contained. While there is a parallel, Yoda concealing information, some fans note that the context in the Clone Wars was unique. At that time, Yoda and the Council were making a political decision during a war. Revealing the corruption could have led to chaos and a crisis within the Republic's military infrastructure, making secrecy a strategic necessity. However, the Acolyte was set during peacetime, a nuance Headland seemed to have dismissed, and the crimes Yoda might have covered up were murders committed by a dark-side user, raising different ethical stakes. Many fans see Yoda as the embodiment of wisdom, restraint, and spiritual clarity. In the mythic structure George Lucas drew from, Yoda serves as the archetypal mentor, guiding heroes like Luke Skywalker toward the light side of the Force. For many, he is the voice that defined what the Force and heroism was meant to be. The idea of him covering up for a killer, especially one aligned with the dark side, is jarring. Some viewers may appreciate Headland's willingness to introduce greater moral complexity into the Star Wars universe. Others argue that the franchise was built on a clearly defined contrasts, good versus evil, light versus dark. While there is a room for stories that explore gray areas, the debate centers on whether Star Wars is meant to be one of those stories. As Star Wars attempts to rebuild trust with fans after a strain of divisive projects, reimagining legacy characters like Yoda as morally fallible carries significant risk. While Headland and other creatives may seek to add realism and intrigue to the galaxy far, far away, such reinterpretations can unsettle audiences who are drawn to the saga's foundational moral clarity. It is also worth noting that these ideas were never realized on screen. With the Acolyte canceled, Headland's proposed storyline remains speculative and outside established canon. For now, Yoda's legacy remains untarnished within the official narrative. Still, the conversation itself reveals something deeper. Yoda is more than a character. He represents the philosophical core of Star Wars.
Indeed.
Altering that definition does not simply change one storyline. It reshapes how the entire saga is understood. Whether that evolution strengthens the franchise or distances it from its roots is a question that will continue to define its future. How do you feel about Leslie Headland insisting that Yoda would cover up a murder? Sound off in the comments and let us know. Sorry if I messed up there. That was hard for me.
Shout out, by the way, to that
great.
Park Place. Shout out to that Park Place for actually saying what everybody's feeling, which is that Yoda would never. I don't even have to explain to you what he would never do. All of that, he would never do.
And it's kind of mind-boggling to like just go, oh yeah, Yoda would do it. No, the fuck he wouldn't. Like, I don't care what crack you're smoking. There is no feasible way. Yoda is like the definition of good. The only person that I would say is more good than Yoda is Luke.
Well, yes. Canon Luke, yes.
No, what was the thing where it said that they made a decision to cover up? Because I think Ryan talked about it.
Yeah. So him and Ki-Adi-Mundi and Plo Koon made a decision to cover it up because they just said that Ki-Adi-Mundi could live that long now. But in reality, yes, Plo Koon is one of the oldest, so that actually makes sense. That
I'm talking about in Clone Wars. Well, what was something that Yoda had covered up?
Actually, no, that's bullshit. He never covered anything up. What he said was he talked to Windu and he talked to the council about the fact that he was dwindling in the Force, and they didn't tell the Republic about it.
Are you sure that's what it was?
Yeah, there's nothing else that got covered up.
Pretty sure Ryan said that they had discovered.
He knows that there's a Sith. Did you guys hear me? I know we just cut out there for a second.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit. You cut out a little bit.
I can hear you now.
So in season 6 of Clone Wars, Yoda goes on his little journey. He figures out that there is a Sith Lord that's pulling all the strings behind everything. But when he goes to reveal the mask, take the cloak off,
the hood off,
he can't see him. He literally can't see him through he knows that Dooku is working for somebody. He knows that all of this is all this other shit, but he can't do anything. So yes, by deceiving the Republic, what they say is, we can't tell the Republic that we're losing our power because we don't understand it, and they're going to ask us how the fuck to understand it. We have no idea yet, so we can't tell them yet. And then Order 66 happens not too long after that. So he really doesn't have the option.
He's got 20 minutes in between.
No, it's not even 20 minutes. It's more like 20 days.
So it was basically them not having enough information to confirm.
They didn't know what to tell the Republic. They were like, the Jedi are losing their power. But if they can't tell them why, then that's going to be a big problem.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah,
That
because
was
like
that was what the cover up was, I guess.
Which is
but
why Yoda realizes it during Revenge of the Sith when all the Jedi start getting killed during Order 66 and he feels it. He's like, oh, fuck, that's why they dwindled us. That's why they dwindled our power down to where it was. That's why they've been slowly chewing away at us. Because you're making the Jedi weaker by putting them on the battlefield. Like, over and over and over again. They're getting dwindled down spiritually. That was the attack. It was a spiritual attack, not a physical one. The physical attack came afterwards, but the spiritual attack had been building up over 20 years.
Yeah, because even Windu says it. We're keepers of the peace. We're not, soldiers.
soldiers. Yep.
Like they were never meant to be. They were never meant to be. They were never meant to be.
No, but that was
generals.
Palpatine's plan because it fucked with them. It made them not as in tune with the Force as they should be because he turned them into soldiers. That's not what they were supposed to be. So Palpatine's whole plan was to turn them into generals, turn them into soldiers, put them on the front lines so that they became less attached to the Force, all this other shit, just to weaken them over time. And those 10 years of the Clone Wars, or no, 4.5 years, but those 10 years in between when Anakin is 10 and when he's 19 to 20, he's 23 when he becomes Vader. So that whole time was just to dwindle down their actual reprieve. Their
ranks.
Yeah. It was just to fuck with them and make them feel, basically depress them.
Did most of the order go to Geonosis, or was it only like a small batch that went to Geonosis?
If I'm not mistaken, over 70 Jedi were killed on Geonosis in the first battle.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Damn.
I think it was 70%.
Oh wow.
So 70% of the Jedi that went there were killed, if I'm not mistaken. Let me Google it. How many Jedi died in the Battle of Geonosis? How many Jedi?
I thought that they brought the whole squad. Like I thought that they brought a lot of people.
Yo, if you look up how many Jedi were killed in the Battle of Geonosis, comes up immediately.
No way.
Approximately 180 to over 200 Jedi died during the first Battle of Geonosis.
Damn.
Of the roughly 212 to 215 Jedi who participated in the rescue mission, only 29 survived the initial battle.
Wow.
87% of the task force was killed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the first Battle of Geonosis was Geonosis and Umbara and Megiddo and Felucia. They were the biggest.
But,
Corey,
yeah, I mean,
you can agree, right? I'm correct.
What about Fallujah? What? Oh,
It was Felucia,
It was-
Megiddo.
No, Megiddo
Utapau.
wasn't that bad.
Utapau.
No, not really.
Utapau was that one.
Utapau was
wasn't
pretty
bad?
fucked because they didn't have a clone force there. It was all Galactic Marines and people.
Utapau wasn't that bad because the Separatists were already broken at that point.
No. Utapau was already... Yeah, but that was one of the final ones.
Utapau wasn't that bad because he had enough clones to take over 3 star systems. They had the men. The only problem is they had to be very careful because the people that lived on Utapau were technically neutral.
Yeah.
They were hostages. They had to be very careful with how they fought because the Separatists were using them as hostages. But it was Geonosis, the first battle.
Dude, they were literally picking up, the Geonosians were literally just flying in and grabbing clones and dragging them into hives.
Was it
eat them.
Rex that? Was it Rex that said that they, barely made it out of the first one when they, go back to Geonosis in the,
No.
Clone Wars?
Well, no. That's actually in the book. That's wait, what's his name? Darman. That's Darman.
Dogma?
No. Dogma is the clone in the show. Darman, the Republic Commando.
Which
He's
The
from the
game?
original Karen Travis books. The same girl that wrote the Thursday War and stuff for Halo and Glasslands. Because her and Eric Nyland worked on both the Halo show or the Halo books and the Star Wars books.
I'm
Specifically,
not familiar with that one.
so she did the Republic Commando books, but Karen Travis, Darman is the main clone. Roman, I think you're thinking of him because he actually is he's in the Coliseum. He escapes the Coliseum. He's the one
That is
from
what I'm thinking
Republic
of,
Commando, Corey. He's in Republic Commando.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure he's in it. Because there's a secondary squad in the beginning, right? It's your squad and the other squad. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
In
that there's
Republic
another squad,
Commando,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
your-
he's on the other squad. So the Republic Commando books are about two different squads. So you get Omega Squad and you get Delta Squad.
Yep.
So Omega is Darman. Darman's the leader of Omega. He's the one that
Isn't he
ends
a
up
medic too?
marrying. He's the one that ends up marrying Yutane, the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he ends up marrying Yutane, and then Yutane and him have a kid, and it's a half clone, half Jedi. And like during Order 66, she gets killed, so he defects. Like
The rebellion.
Yeah. And then
Sounds
he
like a
goes.
good book. I'll have to pick it up.
Yeah, and he and Cal Skirata end up going to Mandalore and hooking up with the Mandalorians.
I
And then
remember. Cal Skirata and
that's what causes the clone rebellion on Camino because they Cal Skirata shows up and he's like, clones, get the fuck up, let's fight some shit, and they do.
that's after the Battle of Megiddo, isn't it?
Yes.
Because no, you know what it was? Cal Skirata was like, "Yo, this shit's kind of fucked." Him, Omega Squad, and Delta Squad
Yep.
went to Megiddo to rob a vault.
Yes.
And Cal Skirata's like, "Nah, kids, get the fuck out of here." And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm ordering you to leave with all this money, go to Mandalore, mention my name, and they'll let
bring
you stay.
all the clones to Mandalore.
And bring all the clones to Mandalore."
Yep.
Okay,
That
side
sounds-
tangent.
So that's what we expected from Bad Batch and didn't fucking get.
Side tangent. That was actually a key point in my Star Wars D&D. I had the clone rebellion meet on Mandalore. One of the players was a clone from the war, and I was like, so you guys have to go to Mandalore because they have like one of the few last like Kaminoans that actually worked on the advanced aging for the clones.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And
So he can reverse the advanced aging. Yeah.
Yes. And I was like, all right, here's what's going to happen. Your clone body is really old. I need you to roll like a medicine check or an intelligence check to see if you can transfer your brain / consciousness from this body to a new clone body that that doesn't have the advanced aging. And the fucking nat 20 he rolled was the fucking cleanest thing I've ever seen. And so bro was just able to transfer over. And it's got his new body. And everyone left there with like a fucking squad of Mandalorians as they go like I forget where they went. I think they wanted to get they needed a what's it called? They needed a specific fungus from Fallujah for some like medical thing to help clones even more. And so they go off to Fallujah, and that's where we just never picked up the story.
Roland, you brought up
We still talking Star Wars?
Just for a little more. I just wanted to say, Roland,
No, I wasn't trying to dodge the subject. There was something I wanted to say, particularly about the way that like
Go ahead.
Headland was going about the handling of the series, and this is the kind of problem that isn't I don't think I'm saying anything super deep here, indicative of someone who, rather than actually trying to immerse themselves in the source material and the property that they're working with, takes it and projects their own ideas onto it and tries to warp it into something that it wasn't. With the whole Yoda thing, we're gonna take Yoda, we're gonna make him complicit in this cover up. Why? It doesn't fit the character, for one. And it's just not even like a good, compelling story that you're going to take these like classic characters that people liked and thought were iconic and just warp them into some bullshit.
Gentlemen, that's up to you to respond. I've talked to Crimson about this on length. So Rolando.
What? Well, can you hear something? But
I can hear the background like crazy.
Sorry to derail things, but like that had been my thought when we first covered that article and everything, and then I had to step away for a little bit there. And you guys were going into all the Star Wars lore and stuff. Anyway, my point being is that like if you have something that people like, fiddling with it as little as possible and tarnishing the legacy of characters that people like is a really good idea just as a writer. You don't need to constantly like do these prequels or sequels that ruin things. But again, you have a bunch of people who aren't competent writers now who occupy most of Western entertainment who are just terrible at making creative decisions.
Correct.
Indeed. And like so Corey and Roman, I just sent you something. One of you share it.
Sure.
This is what people are doing with AI. I think Corey should be the one to share it though. I think it'll run better. This is
this looks so cool just from that
dude,
fucking
clip.
So
hold on, let me explain it. It is Asajj Ventress versus Anakin Skywalker from the original Jendi
2004 Clone Wars.
Yes, but done in AI and live action, and it's fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
This is that shit right here, dude. This is what Star Wars is doing. Now, when Vader Part 2 comes out, we're going to watch it. We're going to do a whole watch party. When Star Wars Theory's actual Vader fan film comes out, we're going to watch it.
All right, toss it up real quick.
Yes, sir. Full screen?
screen it, Corey.
Pause it. It's really glitchy. Could somebody else share it by chance?
No.
So it's not me. Okay.
Hey, Crimson, you fixed your shit. You get to be Jamie now.
Did you share it?
I guess.
Roman, can you send that to Crimson?
Yeah, is the link in the network?
It's in the network, yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to come through actually good. I don't know what the fuck is up with StreamYards.
Maybe StreamYard's like, I fucking hate you. You don't get to stream shit.
StreamYards doesn't give a fuck. Yo, what's up, Emmy? How you doing, homie? You got the link too if you want to join, but I know you're doing schoolwork, you say. You say. Right, like you go to school. No, I'm kidding.